Caught me singing my song. How are you guys this morning? It is so good to see you. It is so good to see you. I am Dr. Helen, your host of the Accelerated Healing Detox Bootcamp, where we build health one day at a time, as well as the host of the Faith Building Bootcamp, where we build faith one day at a time. We meet every morning at 6 a.m. Central Time during this 40-day period, and we meet every morning at 8 a.m. for our Accelerated Healing Detox Bootcamp Central Time. I am on with you. We are on day 28. We've been trudging along every day, day 28. Aren't we excited? We are so excited. 28. We have just 12 more days. I mean, I don't even know what we're going to do afterwards. Like, what do you do? Like when you're used to being every morning at 6 a.m. and every morning at 8 a.m. and then you're not there anymore. What do you do? So I am so glad to see you here today. I am very excited to see you. If you're day 1, day 2, or day 28, I'm not sure where you're joining it, but if you're day 1, welcome. If you're day 2, welcome back. And if you're day 28, look at you because you are still here. We're so excited to have you as we continue on with our ounce of prevention. We are talking about an ounce of prevention. And we are so excited to talk about that. Today, we're going to talk about something called moringa. I don't know if you've heard of moringa before, but we're going to talk about moringa today right here. But first, my favorite husband, John Stoddard. This is Too Close. Here we go.
Too close to the edge, too close. Remember everything I said. Too close, way too close to the edge,
Too close to the edge. That is my favorite husband, John Stoddard, Too Close. And we are going on and talking about where we are today on day 28. We are still looking for those pictures. If you have some pictures, did you enjoy the black bean soup yesterday? Like I totally did, the black bean soup. And we're going to put it together in some bowls today. It's going to be all exciting. I'm so excited about it. But this is so delicious. I love the black beans. We're being creative with it. And we don't forget about your exercises now. Don't forget about your exercises. We are doing squats. We're doing 10 squats on each side, but today we're going to just increase it. I don't know if y'all like me, but I felt the burn in my thighs. I felt it in my back side, but it's a burn. It's a good burn and it's exhilarating. And I just keep moving. So we're going past 10. We're going past 20 because 10 on each side is 20. Now we're going on. We're going to add 10 more. And I want you to go just walk around your house squatting. Take a squat and step, a squat and step, a squat and step, a squat and step, and feel the burn We are strengthening those lower extremities muscles because we're decreasing our risk of falls, and we're teaching our proprioceptors. Those are our things that let us know where we are in space with your eyes closed. We're teaching them how to keep us balanced as we get older. So work on doing those squats and strengthening those lower extremities and increasing your proprioceptive capability, because we're not trying to fall and break a hip at any point as we continue to grow. Let's talk about being food as our medicine. That's what we're doing here. We're letting food be our medicine because we don't want to have to pop medicine as our food later, right? So we're going and working on prevention. My mom always said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and we're using food to be our ounce of prevention. But first, our disclaimer. I am a board certified physician, and I was trained dually in internal medicine and physical medicine and rehabilitation. Then I did my fellowship in sports medicine and non-surgical orthopedics, and then training in interventional pain, where I was the one that was doing the procedures on your back, epidurals, and doing peripheral joint injections using the steroids and helping you with arthritis and carpal tunnel and all of those kinds of things. And then it started incorporating lifestyle medicine, so made my practice an integrative kind of medicine practice so that I can help people. I realized how important lifestyle was to your health, and because I discovered that early on, I started introducing lifestyle changes to people. And I found that the people that followed up on the lifestyle changes actually did so much better with their pain. So they required less procedures on their backs and knees and shoulders and all of those kinds of things. I thought it was absolutely spectacular. And so then I closed my physical doors of my practice to go completely virtual, because I thought it would be better to help people virtually to change their lifestyle to help with their health and their pain and the joints and arthritis and all those kinds of things. And it's working so extremely well. So I wanted to offer that to you here in this form of this 40 days. This program is very powerful of lowering your blood sugar and blood pressure. So be careful to make sure your doctor is involved. And we want to make sure that everything is in place so that if you need to lower your medications or change your medications or discontinue your medications, your doctor is there to make sure that it is taken care of. So this information is for educational purposes only as we continue to talk about Moringa. Moringa is we're going to use as an ounce of prevention, Moringa. So Moringa is actually, it comes in different forms. Moringa is grown actually in it's a fast growing tree. Actually is grown in kind of places that are resistant to drought. So more like in the Indian subcontinent area. So we're talking about where it comes from. We're going to talk about the nutrient profile and all of that. And we're going to talk about the nutrient profile right now, where we are talking about the amount of nutrients that's inside of the moringa. This is a moringa seed. And maybe outside you can kind of see that there's a pod with those moringa seeds inside. I have a whole bag of moringa seeds inside my pantry. These are so nutrient dense with protein and magnesium and vitamin B6 and vitamin C and iron and riboflavin and vitamin A. Vitamin A, for your vision. It's very interesting how much is inside of this. This moringa can actually be broken down into a powder form. And that's what we're using. That's mostly what I use to put in different things. And compared to the leaves, the pods are actually a little lower in vitamins and minerals, but they are strong with them as well. They are exceptionally, these little seeds are exceptionally rich in vitamin C. And like 1 cup will contain about 157% of your daily requirement. Very good. Antioxidants are inside of there. It's got quercetin, which is a powerful antioxidant that helps to do all kinds of wonderful things, and also chlorogenic acid, which also helps. And we'll talk about those things in just a moment. But as you look at all of the things that it does, it's got these high levels of vitamin E and C that it can improve your nerve damage and improve the function of your brain. It's also helpful for your memory and your mood. It actually helps to stabilize those neurotransmitters that we talked about. We talked about serotonin before, and we talked about dopamine, that the serotonin making you feel good, and then dopamine giving you motivation, and noradrenaline that kind of keeps your heart pumping and working properly. So those things are actually neutralized and stabilized with moringa. It helps with brain health, as we said, because of the vitamin C and vitamin E in there. And it can actually help with migraine headaches if you take it daily. So it's very good for people who have migraines. It increases your energy, and the moringa leaves are a rich source of calcium and phosphorus that helps with bone health. So really good things in moringa. In both animal and human studies, they've found that moringa can actually help to lower cholesterol, so that it will actually help to decrease that yellow gooey stuff that runs into the blood vessels and can cause clogs and lead to heart attacks and strokes and things of that nature. So it's good at lowering your blood cholesterol levels. It also is good at lowering your blood sugar levels because of the chlorogenic acid that it has in it that lowers your blood sugar levels. Interestingly, these studies, there are several studies that are actually showing this. Most of it is in animal studies, but there are some human studies that exist, and they generally do. They're kind of low quality, but I do believe that this is something that we can rest our laurels on, that it actually does lower your blood glucose levels, because I've tried it in life, and it does do exactly that. It also decreases inflammation. I think we're on number 5 of things that it does. It also decreases inflammation. And scientists believe it's because of this substance called isothiocyanates that are the main anti-inflammatory component of moringa. It's in the leaves, it's in the pods, and in the seeds. So far, this research is kind of limited to test tube studies and animal studies, but the idea of it being anti-inflammatory in humans is definitely something that needs to be more researched. But as I said, it works in a life. And so I continue to use it on a regular basis. One of the other things that it does as number 6 is it actually helps to kind of get rid of arsenic and arsenic contaminations in a lot of food and water problems and all over the world. And we know that rice actually has arsenic on it. And so moringa is one of the things that kind of helps to get rid of the toxicity of the arsenic. This long-term exposure to high levels of arsenic can lead to health problems over time. And so you want something that's going to try to get rid of that. That's kind of the thing that we were doing also as we are detoxing. So we're getting rid of these toxins as well, and arsenic being one of them. This arsenic has actually been linked to cancer and heart disease. So yeah, we want to get rid of it. We want to get rid of it. Number 7, it actually improves liver function. It improves liver function. So the leaves accelerate the repair of liver cells. You know that you can actually lose a part of your liver and your liver will regenerate. Like it's like this amazing capacity for the liver to regenerate. And you're like, what? It does. Yes, it absolutely can regenerate. And moringa is one of the things that actually helps to repair the liver cells. The leaves are very high in these polyphenols that protect against the oxidative stress and damage to the liver. And so that it can reduce the amount of stress that the liver has to deal with so that it can function the way it's supposed to. It also increases the protein levels in the liver, which helps to make a lot of the different products that the liver is responsible for. Its liver is responsible for over 400 different functions in the body. Some say 500 functions in the body. So we want to make sure that our liver is clean and ready to do what it needs to do. And that's one of the things that we were doing in our detox. We were actually helping our liver to detoxify so that we can get rid of some of the toxins and eliminate it through our stool, and our kidneys eliminated through our kidneys. So we are through our urine. So definitely something that we want to incorporate is this moringa. The liver is the site of detoxification. It metabolizes fat. It helps to absorb nutrients, and it can function properly only if the liver enzymes are normal. And so we want to make sure that we have something that we can go to that is good for stabilizing those liver enzymes. The eighth thing that it does, here's the eight ball. Here we go. It actually improves digestive disorders. So people who suffer from constipation and bloating and gas and gastritis and, ulcerative colitis, that nasty diarrhea with diseases, kinds of things, it actually you can put moringa in your diet regularly to kind of help with these digestive disorders. The leaves actually have antibiotic and antimicrobial properties, which is really great. So that it can be an ideal remedy against some of the infections that you might be up against, particularly in the GI tract. It's high in B vitamins, and it helps to improve digestion. So yeah, there's an eight ball, because we, as I have learned, most diseases are actually starting in a gut that is unhealthy, which is very interesting, because you're getting all the inflammation coming from there with that leaky gut thing and moving on. We talked about that in the past. So we are trying to use an ounce of prevention to make a pound of cure. Moringa leaves actually can be used in pregnancy as well, to kind of help with supporting the expectant mother and the developing baby. And in Ayurvedic medicine, the leaves were actually used to increase lactation in nursing mothers. So there we have a third thing. We talked about fennel, and we talked about fenugreek helping with nursing mothers. We can also use moringa to help with lactation. I was talking to a friend last night and made some suggestions to her, because she said she wasn't producing very much milk. So we made some recommendations for her 2-month-old baby. Since they are also rich in protein, they are important getting energy. And it's breaking down, it's burning fat. And so it'll burn the fat cleaner to get more energy as well. This keeps a person feeling like real nourished and kind of like bouncing back. They can actually do something. It also helps to reduce cravings for food as it boosts the metabolism as well. Very, very good. Now, number 11 is one that I recently discovered, is that because it has so many antioxidants and nutrients. Moringa leaves actually improve the health and appearance of your skin and your hair. They add subtle suppleness to the skin and shine to the hair. It can actually help to improve the skin tone and add a glow due to their purifying nature and therapeutic effects. So using some moringa on a regular basis is good for your hair and your skin. It has like 30 antioxidants that's in moringa, and it's not, and you can not just this, like you can make a paste of moringa and like do like a mask on your hair. So make it like into a paste, apply it to your scalp. It'll reduce the dandruff, and it'll add life and like bounce and fullness and life back into your hair. The leaves will strengthen the hair follicles, and it actually leaves the skin like particularly acne prone skin. It will actually help to clear up acne skin. And obviously, there's going to be some more research going on about this, but certainly it will not hurt you to use it. And that's why moringa leaves are actually used for a lot of cosmetics. They improve the skin tone and add a glow. And so you'll see it in particularly in other countries. They'll use some moringa in their makeup products. And number 12, it is. Well, actually, that was yeah. That's right. It does help with that. So number 13. I'm sorry, I'm behind myself. Number 13. It actually helps to. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm on the caution. I want to go back. Got a little thrown off. I want to go back to the other slide. I wanted to just say like how you can apply moringa to your everyday diet. Like it's available in like capsules, right? You in powdered form and in tea. It does kind of have a little earthy flavor, so you can add lemon or cinnamon or something to it. I actually make a moringa lemonade, and maybe I'll share that recipe today. I'll put it in Facebook and share my moringa lemonade that I use, because it'll help to kind of break up that earthy kind of flavor onto it. And you can use it in supplement form as well. I like to use it in a powder. I don't really like to use it in a supplement form, but make sure you check your label to make sure that it's coming from the leaf instead of extract, because it'll be more potent if it's coming from the leaf. The powder is a very popular option. You'll be able to find it in different places. And, you'll see that it's kind of like a little, kind of a bitter taste, but there's a slight sweetness to it too. So I can add it to shakes and to smoothies, and there's no caffeine in it, and even though it produces energy as well. And then number 13, just the word of caution, that some forms of it, of moringa leaf powder, it's a tongue twister apparently, have been found to contain higher than recommended tolerable amounts of lead. So you want to just make sure that you get your, like, not those kind of just fly by night people who are just trying to get on the market because moringa is like a popular thing, but get it from reputable companies, because you won't find that to be the case. I use mine. I'm going to put it on the camera. This is one that I use, moringa powder, and this one's called Hardy Naturals. And I picked this one up. Interestingly, this one I picked up at like TJ Maxx. I got the max for the minimum at TJ Maxx, so I use that. And there are other brands that you can use as well, but that's the one that I currently have. So we have talked about where moringa comes from, because we're doing an ounce of prevention because it's worth a pound of cure. We've given you the nutrient profile. We told you about the powder, the health benefits, the leaves versus the pods versus the seeds, how to consume it, and then we've given you a word of caution. And so now we are able to answer questions. Make sure that you put a Q and a colon in the chat so that we'll know that you have a question. Make sure it's in the Q colon format so that we know that it is a question. Yes. So type it in the chat, and we'll give you just a couple of minutes. I know that there's a slight delay as we look for it. So we'll just give you a couple of seconds to see if you have any questions. And I see questions. I see blood sugar continues to be nice since I am eating cleaner. Hey, woo woo. Reps in the gym have increased. I love it. That's a testimonial. Getting stronger, found a plant-based whey. I don't know if you can find a plant-based whey. Whey, by definition, is a dairy product, so you will not be able to find a plant-based whey. So they are lying to you. For after-workout smoothies, expensive but learning, I would return it. You are looking. You do not want, if you are trying to. It's very interesting because whey and casein are actually dairy products. Those are two proteins, and they're an isolated protein that's put in different food products. T. Colin Campbell did his book, the China study. He actually did a study. I was looking for my book, but he did a study, and he actually is one of the speakers at a conference that I go to every year, which I'm a plant-based doctor. And so we have a conference every year in California, and T. Colin Campbell is one of the speakers. He is the author of the China study, and he showed that casein, which is the protein that you'll find in milk and milk products, was actually tumor growth causing. So he did a study in rats, and what he did was he fed them this isolated protein, casein, and he noticed that the rats started developing tumors. So he removed the casein from the rats, and the tumors started to recede. They started to go away. So then he fed it to them again, just to prove it. Is this really real? Is this what I'm seeing? Started feeding them the casein again, and the tumors started growing again. So he took it off and the tumor started going away again. So after a while, he started fixing it like it was a switch, and he would flip it on if you want a tumor, flip it off to turn off a tumor. So I stay away from casein and I stay away from whey because they are both dairy products. And so we want to try to eliminate that for our health. Next question is, what is the best form to consume moringa to get it rapidly into the system? The powder is like the most readily available. If you are in a country where moringa is grown, you can just eat the leaves. Right? You can just eat the leaves of it. It's very potent in the leaves. They're also, you can eat the seeds and just chew the seeds. Sometimes I might do that. It's not really that tasty, but you can just eat the seeds. I use the powder to make my lemonade because I did not have, at one point I was growing leaves. I was growing it in my pot, and I'm not growing it anymore. Not just because I forgot to plant it, but I was able to use a leaf. But now it didn't grow like extremely well. I didn't get a whole lot of it. But anyway, I used it the first time I made my lemonade. I used the leaves. And then after that, I used the powder to make the lemonade. So that's what I will share with you is the powder. How much do you recommend that we consume daily? This package right here, the serving size is really just 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is all you need per serving. And per serving, with that 1 teaspoon, there's no fat in it. There's no cholesterol. There's no sodium. There's like 1 carbohydrate, 2 grams of fiber. And then it's got calcium, lots of calcium. It's got iron. It's got potassium, vitamin A, C, E, K, all the fat soluble vitamins. And it's got lots of that. And thiamine, which is vitamin B1, which is what I always recommend for people who drink alcohol because it depletes vitamin B1 and can cause some nerve damage. So it's got B1 in there. It's got riboflavin, which is B2, 100% of it is there. Niacin, vitamin B6, and magnesium. So it's it has a full nutritional profile in it. So you can use it there. How much to help reduce protein in my urine? If you have protein in your urine, that is most likely an indication that you have kidney issues. And so I would definitely make sure you get checked out by the doctor. That can often happen with type 2 diabetes and people who have something called nephrotic syndrome. You can get protein into your urine. So I would get that checked out. But but eating more clean, you may find that you'll have less of that in your urine. You really should not have it spilling out into your urine. Okay, so a teaspoon is the serving size, and so you can take a teaspoon in the morning, take a teaspoon in the evening. Research, I don't believe that there's been any, I have not seen anyway, any research to say what the optimal dose is for moringa, but it is a food, and so I am less inclined to, like, I'm not gonna like just take the whole package or anything like that, but I am going to incorporate this and other things into my diet because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So just use it as a food. Put it in your smoothie, and just put a teaspoon in your smoothie because it does have a slightly bitter taste. Just put a teaspoon in your smoothie and put a teaspoon in your nighttime smoothie. It doesn't have any caffeine. It's not going to keep you awake, and it'll actually help to relax because of its magnesium content. So it looks like we have answered all of your questions today. I'm so excited that we were able to do that. And I really hope this information is super helpful for you. I just really want to make sure that we are going and preventing diseases where we are able, and increasing our own immunity to try to fight the diseases that we are bombarded with on a daily basis. So again, tomorrow we will meet at 6 a.m. for our Faith Building Bootcamp, where we build our faith one day at a time. And tomorrow again at 8 a.m., where we build our health one day at a time, right here on the Accelerated Healing Detox Bootcamp. That is Central Time that we speak of. Our book, the Reverse It book on how to reverse type 2 diabetes and other chronic illnesses, is available on Amazon, as well as the workbook is also available on Amazon. And then the Power Pack is also available at www.p2whealth.com. I am so glad that we are completing our day 28 together. Day 28, guys. Make sure that you go back and look at this video to make sure that you get all of the information, because I know that I have to speak quickly. People have to go to work. I'm trying to be considerate of that. So I do speak a little fast. So go back and review it. Make sure you have your notepads and you can check your notes and make sure that you got everything the way it's supposed to be. And while you're there, remember to like it and then put some comments in there and subscribe. And remember to share it with your friends, your family, and even your enemies. And so that we can help as many people get the word out that there is a way to put an ounce of prevention to avert having to use a pound of cure. Guys, I'm so glad that we are here together, because you and I, we believe that health is the new currency and we are spending ours wisely. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care.